Hi guys, this is Laura's stage 4 technical stretch. So this is what we do after the warm-up in class. I'm just going to explain quite a lot of the technique and that before we do it all the way through. So once you've watched the first part, you can just skip to the actual stretch, but it's important that you watch this first bit. I know I've said it to some of you before, but I'm going to go over it again for those of you who don't know. So this is how to get the most out of this stretch and do it technically correct. Okay. So this is a bit tricky for me because my garden's very uneven. There's a few ditches and stuff. But I'm just going to go over how we stand to begin, and I'm going to turn to the side so that you can see. So we're going to start with our feet together. You're just going to make sure that your weight is slightly forwards so that you can lift your ankles off the floor. You really want to suck your abs into your back. That will straighten out your spine, lengthen it. It tucks your bum underneath. You want a nice big gap between your ribs and your stomach, so you're lifting up really nice and tall, sucking those abs in, which will straighten out your spine, lifting up as tall as you can. So you've got a string. Imagine you've got a string, somebody's pulling you up. So you want your shoulders pressed back and pressing them down all the time, pressing them down. So it should kind of hurt just standing in this position like this. So always keep this position throughout the whole stretch. So we start in first position with our feet turned out. So we're going to turn out your feet into your natural first position, which mine is not very turned out. It's only about that much, if you can see me. All the time lifting nice and tall. Check you can lift your ankles off the floor as well. So you want to be squeezing these thighs together and lifting up. Nice big gap between your ribs and your stomach. Tucking the bum underneath, sucking the abs in, pressing the shoulders down. This is how you start your position, and you should find that you can balance so much easier like this. So we start off in plie, demi-plie. When we plie, you want to be pressing your knees as far out as you can, using your bum and your legs. Press those knees out. You want to bend as far as you can go, so before your ankles start coming off the floor. So that's your demi-plie. So lifting up again, plie down, tuck that bum in, suck the abs, nice straight back, shoulders pressing down, pushing those knees out. Then we rise onto our toes, lift up, weight forward, remember, squeeze the thighs, heels down, and again, demi-plie, rise, stretch, lower the heels, squeeze those thighs as you lower the heels. Then we go into second position, same thing, press those knees out backwards, lift up, tuck those abs in, rise, stretch up, weight forwards, remember, suck the stomach in. I still have to remind myself of this all the time. Me and Laura still have to remember all these things while we're doing it. It's a lot to think about, but if you're doing it right, you should really feel it as well. So that's that part. Then we go into tondus. So you want your arms to be, so not behind you. Don't ever take the arm behind you. You want it slightly in front. This arm is your prep, so you tondu forwards. Remember, this leg always has to be dead straight. You're lifting up through your supporting leg all the time, and then close together to the side, close to the back. We go back. So when the leg goes back behind you, you don't want it too far out to the side. You want it behind you, and you don't want the hips to tilt up like this. You want to keep them directly forwards. So if this is my badly, you want to make sure that foot is turned out behind you, but the hips don't go back either. So it hurts, yeah? You keep your hips square, you turn the foot out and rotate the leg behind you and close. Behind, close, side, close, front. So this leg is always straight, the foot is always pointed. Okay, so that's your tondus, and then we do them fast. 2 to the side, 2 to the back, side, other leg. So if you're lifting right up and you're sucking your abs in, this should be a lot easier, yeah? You try not to lift your hips up, yeah, and the leg doesn't want to go too high. Just keep it off the floor, nice and low, here, back. You should find it a lot easier if you're lifting up and sucking everything in, yeah, shoulders down all the time. So then we do the bend, both legs at the same time. You bend and stretch out. Both legs straighten, both legs bend. Straighten, bend. I know a lot of you are pretty good at this already. I'm just explaining it in detail. So you shouldn't have to wait in a movement. You should always be moving. So it doesn't stop here. You bend and stretch, then bend and stretch. Bend and stretch. So you're always moving. Okay, next thing. So we lift and we take it all the way around to the back. So this is quite tricky, this is. So you want to lift up. It's so important to lift up, especially in this exercise. Lifting up, sucking the abs in. Keep that leg straight. Feel like somebody is pulling on your foot. And you want to feel that extension, like someone's pulling your foot. Doesn't matter how high it goes, but you don't want your hips to lift up as you take it around to the side. Don't want to see that. You want to keep your hips square and facing the front, the leg, and you lift up and up and up through the body, round to the back, and close. Then from the back, lift up, lift up, lift up, lift up. Keep those hips square and down. So the main thing again, lifting up all the time. Lift up, lift up, lift up. Suck those abs in. Then we would do the kicks. Kicks. Again, you don't want to lift that hip up. You want to press the hip down, keep the body nice and tall. The leg goes slightly in front of you, yeah, not directly out to the side. Slightly in front. Kick. Kick. You see my body's dead square to the front, not lifting my hips up. Keeping them pressed down, yeah. And then we tilt. So you're just doing the same thing, but you're tilting your body slightly forward on the diagonal and tilt. Facing the back, leg goes behind. So always legs straight, always feet pointed. Yeah, and just always thinking about that in your head while you're doing these exercises. It should help you balance a lot better, and you should just find it a lot easier. And it should hurt and feel difficult as well, because that's how you know you're getting the most out of it. Okay, I'm going to shut up now. Let's just do it.
Sundown and they all come out. Lamborghinis and they rented Hummers. The party's on, so they're heading downtown. Everybody's looking for conversation. You look stunning, dear. So don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Top designer clothes, front row fashion shows. What you do and who'd you know? Inside the world, beautiful people. Champagne and roll up nose, prenups and broken homes. Surrounded but still alone. Let's leave the party. That's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Yeah, that's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Drove for hours last night and we made it nowhere. Now I see stars in your eyes when we're halfway there. I'm not fazed by all the lights and flashy cameras. Cause with my arms around you, there's no need to care.
Press those knees back.
We are just ourselves. I could use some help getting out of this conversation here.
Make sure the knees not over the toes.
Don't ask that question here. This is my only fear, that we become beautiful people. Top designer clothes, front row fashion shows. What you do and who'd you know? Inside the world, beautiful people. Champagne and roll up nose, prenups and broken homes. Surrounded but still alone. Let's leave the party. That's not who we are. We are not beautiful. Yeah, that's not who we are. We are not beautiful. We are not beautiful.
And finish. Lost my sock in the middle of that.